Hey guys, it's Mitchell. On this side, I've got the Redmi Note 10 Pro. On this side, I've got the Xiaomi Mi 10. Both of these devices are at their maximum display rates, 120 Hertz, 90 Hertz. Both of these phones have 0 applications running open in the background, as you can see. And I wanted to show you kind of some of the benefit of setting your device up the same way that I do. Okay, now that we have both of these open, what I have done is I have enabled the tweaks and settings in the video that I will have linked up here on both of these devices so that you can see the difference between processor speed, which would be in the favor of the Mi 10, as well as the difference in storage speed and why, if you have a lot of RAM on your device and you follow some of the tips and tricks that I have, why MIUI is ultimately gonna get you better performance than stock Android. First, let's go ahead and let's open up Brave browser. Now, obviously the Mi 10 is going to be faster, but I have enabled MIUI to lock both of these apps open in the background. Let's go ahead and let's open up Telegram. And you again are gonna see that the Xiaomi Mi 10 is faster, obviously. Let's open up Facebook Messenger. Let's open up Twitter. But now, obviously, as you guys see, these are all locked open in the background. Okay, let's go to Pocket Cast, one of my more favorite podcast applications. And of course, the Xiaomi Mi 10 again is faster. Let's go to Reddit. And again, obviously, the Mi 10 is faster. This is when things start to get a little bit more interesting. If we go ahead and we keep those applications pinned open in the background, let's go ahead and open up Brave browser. Let's open up Telegram. Let's open up Facebook Messenger. Let's open up Twitter. Let's open up Pocket Casts. Let's open up Reddit. Now, for most people, the opening times of these applications in this instance are going to be identical. Let's go to another one, Google Maps. And finally, Instagram. And if you guys want to connect with me on Twitter or on either of my Instagrams, I'll have links to that in the description down below. Now, what I have done on both of these phones is I have followed a couple of quick little tweaks that I've done along with locking these applications open. Now let's go back to Brave on both of them. Again, still open. Telegram, both of them still open. Let's go to an application that I don't have open and that I don't have locked open in the background, being CoinMarketCap. Now, of course, this device is going to be faster. That's just a plain and simple thing. But if you guys follow my tips and tricks to keep applications locked open in the background, then in most cases, your experience between using these devices for the same kind of everyday tasks, not gaming, not super graphic intensive stuff, is going to be nearly the same. Okay, and what I've done, at least in most circumstances, is the applications that are on my home screen, the applications that I use a lot, I've enabled background auto start. I've locked them open in RAM, and I have also disabled MIUI battery saver. Now, just to give you an idea about whether or not these devices close, okay, let's lock both of these devices. The time right now is 5:48. Let's wait 5 minutes. What up, what up, what up, guys? Okay, let's go ahead and see which of these phones force closed all the apps. We're not gonna check RAM, we're just gonna start opening up the apps on the home screen. So, Brave browser, held in RAM. Telegram, held in RAM. Facebook Messenger, held in RAM. Twitter, held in RAM. Pocket Casts, held in RAM. Let's go ahead and make this phone a little bit brighter to keep up. Reddit, held in RAM. Google Maps, again, held in RAM. And Instagram, also held in RAM. So as you guys can see, if you follow the tweaks and you follow the things that I suggest to do, then your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, your 8 most used apps, or in my case, my 8 most used apps, are going to open out of RAM, and they're gonna open just as fast on this $300 phone as they would on this $550, $600 phone. The reason why we're able to do this is because of optimizations within MIUI. Now, one of the issues I had when I was trying Lineage OS, and link to that video up here, is that I couldn't hold stuff open in RAM. And because of that, every time I needed to open up a new application, it would open that application out of the system storage memory, which that's going to hurt the Redmi Note 10 Pro twice as hard because, one, it's got slower storage, it's also got a slower processor. And so the experience, as you guys can see, is a big experience between the two of them. And if we don't go ahead and have this held open in RAM, more often than not, it will be closed. And as you guys can see, we only have 2 gigabytes of 6 gigabytes left on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, which is why if you guys are going to be buying a budget device or a device that doesn't have UFS 3.1 storage, more RAM, in my opinion, is more important than a faster processor. Because as you guys can see, going through both of these devices, these are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. Both of them are on the 5 gigahertz spectrum. We are getting essentially identical performance. I mean, if not identical, then the differences between these are going to be quite similar. Obviously, scrolling through stuff, the Redmi Note 10 Pro is still kind of a juddery mess in a couple different areas, but that's getting better. And obviously the difference in performance is totally visible between these two of them. But to think that you need to have a flagship or a top-of-the-line 8 series Snapdragon SoC in order to get good performance or usable day-to-day performance on most of these devices is definitely not true. Especially with some of the tweaks and stuff like that MIUI has available for these devices. The reason I'm not opening up Spotify is that I've been running into a persistent bug with Spotify on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and I don't want to crash the whole system. Yes, I will be talking about that in an upcoming video, but just to give you guys an idea, let's try and see if we can get the time of Twitter the same. And it's basically instantaneous on both phones, you guys. I mean, the Redmi Note 10 Pro definitely isn't as fast of a device, but what I'm trying to show you is that if you follow some tips and tricks to optimize the experience on this device, you will get a similar experience to what you'd get on a more premium device, and RAM is the most important thing between all of this. As you guys can see, I have Surfshark VPN installed on my phones, and I would like to give a shout out to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring today's video. If you guys are like me and you live in a part of the world where the internet isn't open and free, or if you guys just want to go ahead and browse Netflix in a different country than you're currently living in, maybe you have banking or you trade cryptocurrency like I do, then it would be wise for you guys to go ahead and try Surfshark VPN. And if you guys want to go ahead and get 3 months of Surfshark VPN for free, you can go ahead and follow the link in the description down below. Use my affiliate code. It's got a 30-day money-back guarantee so that if you guys don't like the service or you don't find yourself using the service, you don't have to pay for it. In my case, I don't use Surfshark VPN all the time, all day. I use it when I care about privacy and security, like trading crypto, doing banking stuff, or if I'm trying to go ahead and log in to American-based websites that I need an American IP address for. Thanks to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring today's video.